Let's do it.
Oh, hello again, you extraordinary subscribers. Welcome back, everybody, to the Hemingway Land YouTube channel. Yes, everybody, your no doubt favorite content creator on the internet has returned once more to shill for some properties. It has been a while, guys. It's been a hot minute, guys, since I have been on the channel doing my usual shuck and jive routine here for land. I have been traveling. I have been studying some real estate related things to make some changes here in the business over the next couple months. And I have been focused on our East Coast inventory for some time. Yes, guys, we have some properties in Virginia. They're very expensive and blah, blah, blah. So that is where my time and attention has been spent over the last couple months. Nonetheless, guys, coming back strong this summer with how we used to do it, new properties every week. I will confess, guys, last year, was election year, and the conventional wisdom in the world of real estate was that everything was slow because of the election, because people are waiting to see what happens with the election, blah, blah, blah. And so we were buying a lot of properties last year, and things were not selling at the same volume. And if you look at what we'll call the market now for vacant land, it is oversaturated in a lot of places with just way too many properties for sale for way too expensive a price on many of them. Blah, blah, blah. And thus, guys, a couple months ago, I turned off the acquisitions pipeline. I stopped buying as much. And yeah, so we're ramping things back up right now, guys. We're ramping things back up. I have been, as noted, doing some things traveling. I have spent more time in New Mexico over the last few months than I have in the previous 8 years of the business, which was to say, like, no time, and now I'm there, every couple weeks, etc. And, yeah, things are changing. Things are evolving. I will be making announcements to this effect in the next couple weeks. We'll be updating things on the website, updating things on the channel, the various social medias, so on and so forth. I am, however, back this week because the few properties we've been listing over the last few months have been the regular stuff, the stuff that sells really easily, that you guys know all about. You don't need me to make a video about. I've only made 7,000 videos about those respective subdivisions in Socorro and Taos County, so I didn't feel the need to break away from my my otherwise busy week to make videos. This week, however, guys, we have a property. It's in a region that you guys really like. Historically, these things sell really well, but we don't list a lot of properties out there. We've had maybe 8 in the entire history of the business. I pick up one every now and then, and so it's one that I felt merited me coming back and giving some explanation this week about here's why this is a good property. So additionally, I find that when I talk these things out in the video, people get more out of it than reading the listing pages. People do not like to, we'll say, read the listing pages as much. But when I make a video, however boring I think the video is, you guys like to sit through it, or some people like to sit through it. Anyway, so blah, blah, blah. Before I get to that, however, do want to thank everybody who's been buying land from us these last few months. The list of names is too long to rattle off here. Nonetheless, the end of last year, I terminated a lot of my advertising contracts with a lot of the online land listing sites because they were pissing me off. And thus, the people who have been frequenting the website, buying properties from us, have either been past buyers, regular buyers, or friends and family of past and regular buyers. And so, your trust in our business and the way that you promote it to friends and family is very appreciative. Everybody who's done that, you know who you are. So very much appreciate that. Thank you guys very much. And we'll be getting back to regular business soon, regular listings, regular videos, and regular special thanks. In the meantime, guys, let's talk about this week's property. Video editor, take it away. Here we go, guys. All right, people, going live on the website this week. We are back in New Mexico, more specifically Sandoval County, more specifically still northern Sandoval County, and more specifically yet again the San Pedro, Tomato Estates, located just outside the rustic small towns of Cuba and Regina. That's Regina with an R. Get your head out of the gutter, people. This, of course, is a subdivision we have listed a number of properties in over the years, though honestly never as many as I would have liked, because this is a really nice region, and despite its rural setting, the subdivision has a lot to offer, and, guys, if history is any indication, you are likely to agree. Anyway, when we go to the parcel map, you will see that this is a relatively small subdivision, consists of 2,000 lots at most. It straddles the 96 on both the west and east sides. Now, before we get to the specific property, do want to take a moment to give those of you who are not already familiar with it a sense of the community up here. So first off, as you pull in off the highway, you are immediately greeted by this welcome sign to the community, some well-maintained roads, and most notably, the presence of utilities. There are power lines throughout most of the sub, underground utilities, which means phone, cable, and high-speed internet, and then, this is unusual in these rural subs, you will find fire hydrants, which of course means water lines. And when you have all of these utilities in one place, you are also likely to find some very nice home sites, and San Pedro Estates is no exception. Out here you will find some very nice site-built homes, some very nice mobile and modular, as well as these very nice A-frames. And this is all my way of saying that there's a good amount of latitude in what you are able to build out here and how you are able to develop the land. More on that in a bit. Now, our subject property is located up here about a half-mile east of the highway along this North Ridge Road, almost along the northern boundary of the subdivision, which ends just up here. This is a 1.3 acre lot. Most of the properties out here are in this plus or minus 1 acre range. This one is ever so slightly above average in its size. Now, before we go to the property photos, I just want to show you guys, if we go to Google Maps here, you'll see two structures situated just south of this property here along Albers Valley Road. Additionally, if we scooch the map over a little bit here, you'll see a number of developed home sites, both along Albers Valley as well as North Ridge. Now, I point this out because the utilities I mentioned earlier, they do not touch every parcel within the subdivision. Most have power, most have underground utilities, but the water lines are a little less common. Now, of course, where there are concentrations of home sites, such as what you see here, there are also utilities. But I'm making a point of showing you this because much development has sort of stopped just east of Lookout Drive over here, so have the power lines. So, for instance, when we go to the photo gallery, you'll see images of utilities such as this and this. According to our photographer, these sit here at Lookout, stopping roughly about 200 feet short of the subject property. That said, based on the development you find out here, it's likely not difficult or expensive to get these utilities extended out to the subject property, as the local utilities obviously already have a major presence within this region. Additionally, guys, what's interesting to note is that the property just to the west of the one we're selling currently has this water meter being installed with some very recent digging around it. So overall, I think these are all good signs if you're looking for land you can develop with a permanent home site or some sort of seasonal cabin. Now, getting back to the property itself, as you can see, the roads out here are in good condition, so easy to navigate in any vehicle type. And the subject property is, of course, a forested lot, but still features a nice mix of flat cutout areas on which to park, camp, or eventually build. Speaking of building, segue, San Pedro Estates is zoned RRA, or Rural Residential Agricultural. What exactly does that mean? Well, if you come back to our listing page, scroll down to the property details section and click on the zoning and restrictions tab here, you'll be able to learn all about that by clicking this helpful PDF we have included here. Short story long, guys, as we showed you earlier with the various types of structures, it's not an area that demands a rigid uniformity in the types of home sites people build. If mobile and modular homes are allowed, you know you have a good degree of flexibility. Now, in addition, guys, we also have information about the HOA. Good news, there is none. And we've also got a copy of the Covenants and Restrictions document that was recorded when the subdivision was first created back during the first Nixon administration. Now, it should be noted, guys, this document makes mention of an Architectural Control Committee. 50 plus years have passed, so if this thing ever existed, it doesn't any longer. And frankly, most of what's written in this document, I'd say it's fair to assume, in the past half century, has been superseded by county zoning. So, as long as you familiarize yourself with the RRA designation, you should be fine. And, of course, to answer the question everyone is wondering about, as in most locales, camping and RV use is acceptable for limited periods of time, longer if you have a building permit. Now, one thing to know about this property is that because it's on the northern end of the sub, it does sit at a slightly higher elevation than the lots on Albers Valley Road, as well as the rest of the sub to the south. So whatever you decide to build here, it will provide you with some really nice views of the surrounding cliffsides, foothills, and mountains which surround this area, which, in my personal opinion, I think are some really compelling scenery. Now, it is also worth noting that the subdivision has appealed to so many of our past buyers because it has the enviable distinction of sitting within Big Game Hunting Unit 6A, just outside the Jicarilla Reservation, which, of course, guys, as anyone will tell you, is home to trophy-quality elk, mule deer, bear, cougar, turkey, and other small animals. A fact, guys, that I totally knew and did not have to Google. And of course, if you're an outdoorsman but hunting's not your jam, you'll be glad to know that Lake Abiquiu is a quick 30-minute drive away in nearby Rio Arriba County. And of course, it is here you'll be able to experience plenty of water-based relaxation, boating, fishing, and the like. So if all of this sounds like your dream property, you'll be glad to know that all 1.3 acres are priced at a very affordable $8,000. And if you come up here to the top of the listing page, you can initiate your purchase of the land by clicking the Buy Now button you see here. You can pay us directly outside of escrow and we'll get the property deeded into your name, or if you prefer, we can run the transaction through a title company. The choice, people, is completely yours to make. That said, guys, I would encourage you to act sooner rather than later because these San Pedro Estates properties do not last long. With all that said, that does it for this week, everyone, but I would be remiss if I did not take a moment to point out, to notify, to alert you guys to the fact that we still have in inventory a number of properties in everyone's favorite locations, starting off up in Taos County. We still have a number of quarter-acre lots in both Carson Estates and Tres Piedras, as well as this 1-acre lot priced very affordably at $4,500. As of the time that I'm recording this, that one is still in inventory. That one, of course, is a very enviable property because you never really find combination acreage out there that large. Makes it a lot easier to develop, a lot easier to build on. But all of them, of course, all of them are in these very sort of lax zoning areas, very RV friendly, very off-grid, earthship friendly. As we like to say in the videos, the types of structures and lifestyles difficult to get permitted elsewhere. Those are the types of things that can be developed in those subdivisions up in Taos County. And in addition, guys, we recently listed this 5-acre property down in Socorro County's Rio Grande Estates. Of course, regular viewers to the channel are very familiar with Rio Grande Estates, Socorro County in general. No zoning, no restrictions, no HOA, no covenants, so on and so forth. And this property is truly unique because the entire subdivision are 1-acre parcels, with the rare exception of about, give or take, 50 lots out there. So this is one of those 50, affords you a lot more space to develop, affords you a lot more privacy, so on and so forth. That one also recently listed and also still in inventory. With all that said, guys, we will be back in the coming weeks and months with more new properties, starting off with a lot of acquisitions we're doing right now in New Mexico. And we sold out a heck of a lot faster in Oregon than I anticipated. So we're in the process right now of buying a lot more properties in Oregon. Hoping to have those on the website by, we'll say, mid to late summer, something like that. So things to look forward to. In the meantime, guys, everybody enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, and we will see you back here in our next video.